So we're going to just try and wrap up, Jeannie and myself. Very difficult to do that, and thankfully these beautiful boards that have been done by the artists throughout the day, I think will be a great way of capturing the salient points of today. I think just to say, take out thoughts. Science is going to require more collaboration with patients and the public in defining outcomes. There are going to be challenges to new ways of conducting research and how do we think more about getting more patients into trials that wish to be involved in them. Something, I think, throughout the day involving patients right from the start. Believe it or not, if you do, you end up with a better product. So I think there's something there that has been a theme in the different sessions that I've been in. Really about transparency, openness and candour. Those are messages that were here throughout the day in different sessions, and so absolutely more of that is what we want to see. I think there's some work that we may take away with AMRC and ABPI around, can we provide a little bit more guidance on what you can do and should do to get patients involved in research discussions? Can we perhaps do something around producing some thoughts on some standards to help counterbalance perhaps all the things you're told you can't do? And I think that's certainly worth a challenge that's been passed across to us. And I think other things today about, do we call people patients or do we call them people? Because all of us, no doubt, will become or have been a patient. I think that's something that we perhaps might have to grapple with language. Treat the whole person, not just the disease. I loved one of the tweets earlier because I've been saying from bench to bedside. I shall never say that again. I shall now say from bench to my side. I thought that was really good in terms of just thinking about patients aren't passive. They're not necessarily always in bed. As many of you know, and just, we need to address some of the challenges of just sometimes getting us all into the same room. So those are some of the things that we wanted to close with. And we want your feedback. So on the app that you have, obviously all downloaded, you can also tell us what you think. And so, on one of the icons. So please, could you do that?
And it's on the second page. I had to
figure that out.
Okay.
And I'm just thinking, if you forget, then we will send a little alert out through that for you. I think now it was just we wanted to thank some people, didn't we, in terms of who we wanted to. But anything else that you'd like to say, Jenny?
No, I think that, again, you walk away with a conference and there's usually a couple of phrases knocking around your head, and the bench to my side is one. Grown-up conversations, I think all of the today you could summarize as we're trying to get to grown-up conversations, and if this can be a grown-up conversation we do every year that progresses it, that would be terrific. But no, let's get to the thank yous because these people want to hear from Twitter what's coming up next.
So thank yous. Firstly, to thank the ABPI for very much being part of this, the two organisations. I'd really like to thank again all of our sponsors. I am so grateful, as I said earlier, and it's often not fully understood. We just couldn't have put on this event without the support that we had from our sponsors. So thank you so much. I'd like to obviously thank all the speakers, the chairs, and all of you as attendees that have come along and for making this event our inaugural event, hopefully one that will be built on and obviously remembered. I'd like to say just a couple of just short thoughts, thanks to my team, and Ginny's going to do the same. So the whole team, we're only 12 people, we're a tiny team, but everybody was involved in this. But special thanks go to Andy and to Sarah and to Leo, who've kind of done much of the heavy lifting on this. And then on your side. Yeah,
so again, we've had a team working on this led by Jacinta Sivaraj, some of you may know, Sunaina Shah, Tim Windle, and also a cast of support from our communications, some of whom you've met today, but led by the very able Ivan Denny. So big thanks to Ivan, but also to all of the teams that support them, Belen and others. It's generally fair to say that I have been the least contributing member of the team and benefiting from it all today, but it's been a great opportunity for AMRC and ABPI to work together on a project together. So great to see it come together on the day. Wonderful stuff.
And now just to thank, and say hopefully you're going to stay for a drink, don't dash off. You're going to hear from Poona Tanya from Twitter, who's going to tell us a little bit more about what they're doing using social media in the area of health and research. And they'll be saying just a few words. And also these boards, I think, are going to magically appear upstairs at some moment. So you'll be able to take some photographs and perhaps tweet those later or on your way home. But thank you so much to all of you. It's just so fabulous to have people who want to come together. And I go back to that Mary Mead quote, you know, a small group of committed people can do so much. Thank you very much.